So in South Africa, like in many countries, one of the main issue when it's come to gender equality, it's a really high level of gender-based violence and violence against women and LGBTI people. And in the past we had bilateral programs, and which mean budget support around creation of victim empowerment center, because South Africa was one of the first countries in the world to really develop what they call the Tutuzela Center, which is a one-stop for women, where they will come to report a crime, to meet with counselor, but also to meet the justice. So all of the department will meet in one center, or either the police station or the hospital, but where they will find everything. South Africa is a middle-income country, so many donors are pulling out of the country. And we've noticed that when it comes to welfare and services for women, services for children, victims of violence, many of these services were financed by international donors or by charity organizations or philanthropy. And so what we've started for since last year, it's really to discuss with civil society on the issue of domestic resourcing for these services. These services need now to be taken up by the state. The state needs to finance them. But what does it mean? Services, it's how many hours of counseling does a woman need? How do you budget that? How do you cost it? So it's something that we've started a little bit to think with NGOs, but it also need a thinking on what do we mean by these services? What are the minimum norms and standards? So it's one of the aspects we like to work on. There is a role for the delegation, like for any donors, to try to have all of the international convention being applied. For us, when we're looking at the gender and the issue of domestic resource mobilization, this is in the CEDAW Convention, that any national government should have an action plan and a costed action plan to fight against violence, and that these services. So it's obviously to re-emphasize all of these international convention. It's also a lot of, for us, it's about small things that we can do in terms of thinking out of the box when we try to do call for proposal, when we do the consultation. For example, for us, the upcoming consultation that we're going to do with civil society, we thought it was actually easier to rent a venue at the Society for the Blind, which we know that the venue will be accessible, and also we know by renting from them that organization with disability will attend the consultation because they will feel in a more safe space, although it's a normal consultation open to civil society to discuss the state of the nation, so nothing specific to a call for proposal or for disability. But by doing that and by going to where they are, then we thought it might be easier for them to start interacting with us and telling us some of the needs and how we could also orient some of our actions.